The Burbank studio for the Kelly Clarkson Show shimmered under its signature pastel lights at 10 o'clock a.m. PST, which meant it was 11 p.m. PKT in Pakistan, where the clip would explode across TikTok before the segment even ended. The audience, a sea of sparkly tops and phone cases, many clutching copies of Meghan Markle's new children's book The Bench, revisited, an updated edition with new illustrations and a foreword about motherhood after Lilibet. The set decorated with oversized storybook pages and soft toys because today was meant to be wholesome, feel-good, mom-to-mom realness, and Kelly, in a sunshine yellow dress that made her glow like a human sunflower, bounced onto the stage singing a quick karaoke of Beautiful before hugging Meghan tightly, the Duchess radiant in an ivory Carolina Herrera blouse and wide-leg trousers, her hair in that perfect low bun, her smile practiced yet warm, waving to the crowd who screamed like it was a One Direction reunion. And the first 10 minutes were pure sugar, Kelly gushing about Archie's school projects, Meghan talking about teaching her kids gratitude, the audience cooing when a photo of Lilibet's tiny hand appeared on the screen, and then Kelly, ever the empathetic interviewer, gently asked, "Meghan, you've been so open about the pain you felt in the palace. How do you protect your children from the same toxicity now?" And Meghan's eyes welled up on cue, the way they do in every interview since 2021, and she began, "Honestly, Kelly, it's a daily battle." The British press Stella and Kelly nodded sympathetically, but then asked the follow-up nobody saw coming, "But you've also said you knew what you were signing up for. Do you ever think maybe some of the criticism was fair, that stepping back hurt the Queen at a fragile time?" And the temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. Meghan's smile froze mid-frame, her fingers tightening around the mug that read "World's Okayest Mom," and she let out a small laugh that didn't reach her eyes. "Kelly, with respect, I was suicidal. I begged for help. Nothing about that was fair." And Kelly, Texas bluntness rising, pushed again, "I hear you, truly, but millions watched you curtsy and smile while saying you were breaking in Sadia. Some people feel that was a choice too." And the audience gasped, a collective inhale that sounded like wind through a tunnel, because nobody went there with Meghan on American television, and Meghan set the mug down with a deliberate clink, her voice dropping to that calm, aristocratic ice she saves for journalists. "Kelly, I'm here to talk about children's literacy, not to relitigate my trauma for your ratings." And Kelly, eyes wide but unafraid, replied, "Sweetheart, this is live TV. People want honesty, not the polished version." And that word, polished, landed like a slap. Meghan's nostrils flared, and she said, "Polished? You mean surviving? You try having your mental health dismissed by an institution while pregnant and watch how polished you stay." And the crowd was split, half cheering Meghan, half stunned silent, phones up, live streaming to Instagram and X, and Kelly, sensing the line but too deep to back out, said softly, "I'm a single mom too. I get judged every day. Sometimes we have to own our part." And Meghan stood, not dramatically but with royal finality, unclipping her mic with the precision of someone who'd practiced 1,000 exits, and said, "Thank you for having me, Kelly. I wish you and your children well." And she walked, heels clicking across the glossy floor, past the stunned band who stopped mid-chord, past the producers frozen in the wings, past the audience now on its feet screaming a mix of "We love you, Meghan," and "Sit down," and one woman in the front row shouting "You go, Kelly," while another sobbed into her Meghan Markle paper crown from the gift bag, and Kelly, left alone on the couch, looked straight into camera and said, voice cracking just a little, "Well, a broken bar. We'll be right back," as the director cut to commercial 37 seconds early, and by the time the tampon ad ended, #Meghan Walks was the #1 trend worldwide, trending in Pakistan at 11:07 p.m. PKT, with Lahori users posting crying laughing emojis and Karachi accounts dubbing the clip in Urdu within minutes. Meghan Markle ni Kelly Clarkson ko cha diya. And the title Meghan Markle kicked off Kelly Clarkson's show after heated arguments screamed across every tabloid site, a 30-second clip that reignited the Sussex debate like gasoline on embers, Harry posting a black square on Instagram 2 hours later, Netflix stock dipping, and Kelly's phone blowing up with texts from Blake Shelton saying "You okay, babe?" while Meghan's team released a statement about protecting her peace, and the children's book, ironically, shot to #1 on Amazon because controversy sells, and in living rooms from Islamabad to Islamabad, California, people picked sides all over again. The Duchess who could do no wrong versus the talk show host who finally said what some were thinking, and live television, that beautiful, dangerous beast, reminded everyone it still had teeth. By midnight PKT the clip had 80 million views, Pakistani TikTokers stitching it with dramatic Bollywood music, one Lahore girl recreating the walk-off in a dupatta and sunglasses captioned Jab Koi Bole 2 drama queen high, and American Twitter divided into camps faster than you could say montissitification, Team Meghan trending with stories of racism and mental health, Team Kelly with screenshots of old interviews where Meghan said I didn't Google him and yes, I knew the rules, and Kelly, still in her yellow dress, recorded a tearful Instagram video from her dressing room at 2:00 a.m. PST, saying I love Meghan, I really do. I just wanted real talk, not the script. Sometimes love looks like tough questions, and the comments flooded with support from Middle America, women who'd been through messy divorces and custody battles writing thank you for keeping it real, cool, while Sussex Squad reported her account en masse, and Harry, in Montecito, was photographed looking grim walking the dogs at dawn, no comment, while Archie Ewell's PR machine went into overdrive, leaking that Meghan had been blindsided and triggered, and children's hospitals that were meant to receive book proceeds suddenly got flooded with donations from both sides trying to out-virtue each other, and Kelly's next show opened with her singing piece by piece a cappella, voice breaking on the line about choosing love over blood, and the audience gave her a 2-minute standing ovation. Some crying, some live streaming, and she said, yesterday got heavy, but this show has always been about truth, even when it hurts, and ratings hit an all-time high, sponsors nervous but staying, because chaos equals cash, and in Pakistan, morning shows at 8 a.m. PKT debated Kya Kelly Nisa Ikiya overstep? With one host saying finally kisi ne pucha what we all think, and another defending Meghan's pain. And tabloids ran side-by-side photos of Kelly's teary apology next to Meghan boarding a private jet to Vancouver with the kids. Caption one cries on Instagram, one flies away, and Reese Witherspoon tweeted then deleted kindness always, clearly Team Meghan, while Kelly's friend Khloe Tilde copyright Kardashian posted speak your truth queen with a sunflower emoji, and behind the scenes, NBC executives held emergency meetings. Kelly's manager begging her to take a week off, but she refused, and Meghan's literary agent quietly asked bookstores to pull promotional posters featuring Kelly's quote blurb, and the children's book tour was cancelled for security reasons, meaning nobody wanted to face follow-up questions, and late-night hosts feasted. Jimmy Fallon did a bit where he interviewed a bench that walked away mid-question, and in Pakistan, stand-up comedians added a new bit. Meghan Markle left the royals, left Spotify, left Kelly Clarkson. What's next, leaving Earth? And the incident birthed 1,000 hot takes about privilege, accountability, and who gets to play victim when both women have been torn apart by tabloids, and slowly, the fire cooled. Kelly went back to singing covers. Meghan posted a photo of her kids' feet on a beach with the caption protecting their peace, no mention of the show, and the world moved on. But the clip lived forever, a perfect 37-second distillation of a divide that never quite heals. 5 years later the moment was textbook material, literally, featured in communications classes at UCLA and LUMS Lahore alike under the chapter When Empathy Meets Boundaries, the Clarkson-Markle line, and Kelly, now hosting a quieter podcast from her Montana ranch, occasionally referenced it with a wry smile. I ask the question everybody whispers. Turns out some questions cost more than others, and Meghan, graying elegantly at 50, published a memoir titled Actually, I Didn't Know That spent only one paragraph on the incident. Some rooms are too small for certain truths. I simply outgrew the chair, and the book broke records anyway. And the infamous yellow couch was donated to the Television Academy with a small plaque reading side of the 2025 Clarkson-Markle exchange, where truth and trauma collided, and every November fans left sunflowers and children's books at its display case, and in Pakistan, where the user now watched with their own daughter at 11:08 p.m. PKT. The clip had become a meme format for every uncomfortable family dinner when Amy asks why you're still single, and Kelly and Meghan never spoke again. But at a 2030 Women's Leadership Summit in Dubai they ended up on the same panel by accident, seated 3 chairs apart, and when the moderator asked about moments of public conflict, Meghan smiled first and said, "Sometimes walking away is the most powerful answer you can give," and Kelly nodded, eyes misty, and added, "And sometimes asking the hard question is the most loving thing you can do," and the room erupted in applause. No hugs, no tears on camera, just 2 women who'd survived the arena and learned its rules, and the title, once a scream, had softened into legend. The day a pop princess and an actual princess discovered that even the kindest stages can turn into battlegrounds when the mask slips, and that sometimes the bravest thing isn't staying to fight, it's knowing when the conversation was never yours to have in the first place.